Hi Luxe List, welcome to my home. So this is the outside space of the home. It's really nice being in this garden because you actually get to see the skyline of Dubai, and at night when all the buildings are lit up and twinkling, it's really nice. It's because we're located in the Meadows here, which is basically the heart of Dubai, and yet you've got this suburban living, you've got villa life and family life in the heart of the city. The main obviously feature of the garden here is the swimming pool. We've got the safety glass obviously because we've got children and safety first. But the tiles used in this pool are the Sukabumi tiles. We've gone for the Barley range, and they're beautiful tiles that bounce different colours of turquoise and green all throughout the day, depending on where the sun is. We wanted to have really lots of greenery in this garden, so we had a varied choice range of trees and plants and shrubs. We've got palms, we've got olive trees, we've got seasonal flowers, silver damask, and it really just adds to the vibrancy of the whole space. It's a very entertaining garden, I would say. So obviously leading from the swimming pool, you've got this beautiful fire pit area. And again, we spend a lot of time here when we're having parties or we're just having family time. You can fit, at least probably 30 people in this space. And then at night, obviously you've got the fire pit. So when that's lit up at night and then the flames sort of reflect off the swimming pool, it's really nice. You feel like you're almost like at a beach club. And then obviously as you come out of the fire pit, you've got this beautiful bar area. Again, all of the furniture out here is custom designed. And I used, as you'll see, pops of black and white throughout the whole garden. So there's black and white on the outdoor shower, there's black and white on the furniture, black and white tiles, because it gives that contrast, because the rest of the garden is very neutral. And you obviously got these lovely beige tiles and you've got beige neutral colours. So you need that contrast and that visual sort of difference. In the bar area, obviously you've got all the services, ice machines, barbecue, pizza oven, outdoor fridge. So really, if you're having a party, you don't really need to go anywhere else. We've also got all of the outdoor speaker system, and it's really cool because you can zone it off. You can have one set of music playing at the dining area, one at the swimming pool area, or all playing at the same time. And as we move over, we've got this outdoor dining space. And again, I wanted to create that sort of beach club vibe when I designed the home, just because we love having friends around, we love to have a good time. And so we built this concrete seat bench into the side of the house, and obviously upholstered it with cushions and made it soft and comfy. And then we had to again custom design a really long outdoor dining table and just create this amazing space where we can have family times and entertaining. Obviously you've got the pergola above to give you a little bit of shade, and just bringing in obviously wood as well to just add a little bit of warmth to the space. And then as we go down here, this is sort of like the other side of the house. It's a small area, but it's just got some grass, which is suitable obviously if you've got children. And then I just added this nice grass area down here where I could just put, kids' things like the climbing frame, little picnic table. So my daughter and her friends can sort of play out here. And it's not, always at the bar area. And yeah, that concludes the outside space. So right now we're in the entrance of the home, which actually has been extended to create this amazing grand entrance hall when visitors first arrive. In this hallway, I decided to use the traditional wall mouldings just to give some pop to the walls as you walk in, and just to add a bit of interest, a bit of visual interest, because it is quite a grand entranceway. This painting that we put up here is actually original Paul Oz painting. It was commissioned originally for the CEO of Rolex, and he never actually accepted it, and it was gifted to my husband for his 40th birthday, who's actually in the industry. So yeah, it's a fabulous piece, and that colour just makes it go wow compared to the very sort of neutral colours as you first come in. This flooring is actually porcelain tile. It's a porcelanosa brand, it's a Spanish tile. And I chose to lie this herringbone, so you can see that it centres all the way through and goes through to the dining area. The reason for choosing this porcelain tile in Dubai is I wanted that wood effect like you get in the UK, which is where I'm from. However, using wood in Dubai would be a nightmare because it's humid, it's hot, it would warp. So this porcelain tile looks like wood, but it's cool under your feet. It keeps, it's durable, it's hard. You know, you can drop things on it, it doesn't scratch. It will last you for, you know, hundreds of years. It's a really, really, really solid flooring choice, but it looks amazing and it looks like wood. Same with like the tiled skirting boards. Instead of using white wood, it's white tiles. So all of these are things you have to think about when designing a home in Dubai because of the climate. So I'd like you guys to follow me through here. So we've got these beautiful floor to ceiling black wrought iron doors with the glass, which can obviously close off this entrance hall from the dining space. But when they're open, it just gives it that even bigger wow factor when you first walk in. And when we redesigned the whole villa, we put this huge big picture window in here because at night this villa comes alive. And when you walk through and all the lights are on outside and that olive tree box is lit up, it's just incredible. And this kind of creates, it's a very entertaining house is this one. So we wanted this beautiful big dining table. So I wanted it to be marble and I wanted it to be a certain shape. It's not a true oval, it's more of like an egg. So I had to source the piece of Ibiza Bianco marble myself and then find joinery and carpentry teams to custom design all of the furniture. So I got it exactly how I wanted it. And same with the chandelier, it took me ages to try and find a chandelier that was going to be a shape that was going to complement the table. And even the paint colours, so it's quite neutral in here, but it's like a very cool grey on these walls, and the paint is Benjamin Moore. They're more of a premium paint, I would say, and the reason being is because they really do change colour throughout the day, and they just give a lot of depth. And when you've got the crown moulding as well on the walls, it just, I don't know, it just makes the space just feel really homely, but also really luxury at the same time. So obviously, as we come into the dining area, we wanted to put a beautiful bar, and I love navy. I just think it's such a strong, bold colour, and the rest of the colour palette in this space is sort of like a cool grey, and then obviously you've got the wooden floors. So I wanted something more dark, a little bit more moody, but still didn't make the room feel small. And we wanted, because you've got all this space here, we wanted it to feel like a bar. So when people come, we can make them drinks from here. I mean, it does look like we're raging alcoholics, but we're not. It's just nice to have that entertaining space when people come round, and we welcome them into the home. And I used this antique mirror behind the bar, again, just to make it feel bigger in here and to just bounce the light off it. And what I really liked is because this dining area is adjoined to the kitchen space, even though they're two separate rooms, I wanted to pull in the same design features. So the antique mirror and the depth of the blue, I've also used that within the kitchen. So it pulls the kitchen dining together, but it's also a separate space entirely. So this is the kitchen. This is what I would call the heart of the home, where we spend a lot of our time between here and the dining area. Lots of memories are made, and lots of cooking is done on this beautiful Italian range gas cooker. When I was designing this kitchen, I had to put so much thought into about the functionality and what I wanted from this space. So even simple things like traditionally, on the bottom of your kitchen, it's always cupboards. And I hate cupboards because you can't find what you're looking for. And when you're cooking and you're trying to get pots and pans and spatulas and spoons, you can't get them out. Whereas if you've got drawers all at the bottom, it just makes everything so much more user-friendly. So I refused to have any cupboards in this kitchen, except obviously up at the top. I decided to put this antique mirror here as the backsplash. Again, it was just a really nice design feature that's visually interesting, but also when I'm cooking here, I can see who's behind me and I can see, you know, what's going on in the room. I don't feel like, you know, I'm left out of the space by looking at a wall or looking at a plain backsplash. It also makes the room feel bigger because what we actually did with this space is we actually built this partition wall and we created these double doors here, and behind here is a hidden pantry. So behind here you've got all of your things like your air fryer, your microwave, baby bottles, all of the mess that I don't want people to see when they come into the home, and it's all hidden behind there. And because this is a really entertaining space, this kitchen originally was actually located where the playroom is in the house, but we moved it here to the back of the house because what we wanted to do was add these bifold doors that when the weather's beautiful in Dubai, which, you know, 9 months of the year it is, we open them fully up. We've got the speakers on outside and you really get that indoor-outdoor vibe. Even if you're cooking and you feel like you're away, you're not. Other design features in this kitchen, the cooker tap. Anyone who knows what a cooker tap is, especially in Dubai where you can't drink the tap water like you could in the UK, it's the best thing ever. So you get instant sparkling water, instant boiling water, instant chilled water, and it's all filtered. And I obviously went for a gold because I wanted to just be a little bit bougie in here and add that little pop, and it complements like the gold sort of brass handles that I chose. And again, the handles, that was an interesting decision. Instead of just doing, you know, knobs everywhere or the same size, I really spent ages measuring each cupboard and finding bigger pulls, shorter pulls, knobs, key pulls, just the right handle for the right cupboard that you're opening. And small details like that just visually make the space work. Again, taking all the cabinetry right up to the ceiling, it just makes the room feel bigger, even though it's a, you know, relatively small space. Obviously adding these pocket doors here so they can be always open if you want them open, and have this coffee area where you can make your teas and coffees and toast in the morning. But then if you want to hide it away, then you can do. We also put in these large format fridge and freezer. Now, I couldn't source in Dubai a fridge and freezer which was large format, which had the left and the right doors. So to work around this, I just bought two, and I put the door on the left and the door on the right, and then you get the same feeling of the big double fridges and the double freezers, which was just a really nice thing if you're in a family. As you know, if you've got kids, they're constantly eating and you need lots of food in your home. So this is the downstairs powder room. I didn't want to use just normal standard tiles. I wanted to use the big slabs. So these are the Porcelanosa. It's a Spanish brand, and they're huge slabs, which just gives it that really luxury feel. And it's a nice porcelain tile, which is really durable in a washroom. And then obviously brought in the gold hardware, and pulled the navy that's kind of the theme throughout the whole of the downstairs as the house, with just a feature wall here, and again with the wainscoting sort of crown moulding, just to give that visual interest on the wall. So this is the downstairs guest room. I wanted to use a really neutral colour palette in here, just so the space feels really relaxing for whenever we've got visitors and guests staying. All of the joinery and the built-ins was custom designed by me. And again, just small details, like instead of having the whole wall of just wardrobe, I wanted to open it up with that nice warm wood and the open shelving with the lighting. And just design features like when you're in a small space and you have a wardrobe and you've got the drawers inside behind the doors, it's just annoying when you're in a small space. So having the drawers on the outside, just to make everything a bit more functional within the room. I put like a nice vanity station here in the corner with just obviously a nice mirror and an area to get ready. You'll notice with the flooring in these rooms, I've changed it from the herringbone laying, and I've gone for a straight lay because they're smaller rooms. If we were to use the herringbone in here, it would make the room feel smaller. Again, because I reconfigured where the doors are for these spaces, I was able to create this storage, more storage here. And again, things like making space for like your laundry baskets. Like these are things when you're planning the inside of the joinery that just make so much difference to the functionality of the home. And again, this again, it's a relatively small bathroom, so I put a pocket sliding door in here, which enabled me to reconfigure the layout of the bathroom. So I was able to build up this wall and put in like a walk-in shower, which has got a seat inside it, and it just makes it feel like a big shower in actually a small space. And just things like moving the sink to the right-hand side, so you've got all this vanity space for when you've got guests. Adding these beautiful wall sconces so that you've got balanced lighting when you're looking in the mirror. All the rooms in this home have got layered lighting. They've got strip lighting, spotlights, sconces, chandeliers. The lighting is key in this home. And even things like this, putting your mixer taps into your mirror, just nice design features. And again, being able to create that space, making it feel bigger because of the big mirror. So when we added the downstairs extension to make the hallway so grand, it also enabled us to add this extra space upstairs. So I wanted to use this to create a home office space, but I wanted to create a his and hers office because so many people are working from home nowadays. It's good to be able to have two desk areas for, you know, two people that might be working from home. So you've got his side and you've got her side, and the joinery mirrors each other, adds loads of storage. And then I built in this beautiful seat bench, which is so nice because again, we added this picture window and you can see this beautiful skyline of the city. And at night time when it's all lit up and it's twinkling, and say you're working on something late at night, it just feels like a really nice space to be in. And again, I added these raw iron glass doors, the floor to ceiling ones, because you can close off the space and be doing your work, but you don't feel like you're away from the rest of the house. So if I'm working from home and my daughter's playing downstairs, I can hear her and it's nice and she can sort of see me. You don't feel closed in. So this is my daughter's room. This is one of my favourite rooms in the house to design. She's only 2, so I wanted it to be girly and feminine and pink, but not too bubblegum pink, sort of in your face. One of the key features was obviously custom designing the wardrobes and things like adding the arches and adding the fluted panelling. It just, mixed the colours of contrast of like the beigey coloured pink with the nice cream, and it just made a really nice feminine wardrobe, but made a feature of the whole wall. And even things like designing the inside of the wardrobes, like making the rails so they're suitable for small clothes and small dresses. And I just love it. I just think it's such a cute area of the home. And then I added this feature wall, which has got like beautiful wallpaper with the zoo animals, and again it's the nice beigey pink tones, and then added the batten board panelling at the bottom. And yeah, it's a lovely room. You've got the nice pink window dressings with the bows at the top, and it's just a really feminine, lovely space for my daughter to hang out and for me to spend time in. So now let me show you the master suite. So here, as we go up the staircase, we've got these lovely custom baby gates. Again, I hate those plastic ugly ones, they just ruin the aesthetic. So we had these custom black ones made, and most people don't even realise we've got baby gates, they just don't even notice them. The staircase, as we go up, we've obviously put lights in the wall just to give it that sort of detail. And then this window is one of my favourite features. This is an original Type 13 Meadows property, and they come with a very, very small window here, and it makes the area very dark. And we battled a little bit with Emar, and we got the approval to put in this beautiful big picture window. And again, it just adds to the light as you go up the stairs. But what's also nice is you can again see the skyline of the city when you look out of the window as you come up the staircase. So this is, I would say, the master suite area of the home. This property used to be a 5-bedroom property, but we turned it into a 4-bedroom because we've utilised one of the bedrooms and knocked through walls to create this suite. So we've obviously got the bed area here, and again, just kept the colour palette very neutral, and then pops of like the turquoisey green on the bed, just to make it have that sort of contrast of colour. But again, it's a bedroom. I wanted it to be neutral, light and airy. And this balcony space here, what you'll see, what we've done with this room is we actually moved the balcony, and what the old balcony was is now the bathroom. So there's been so many configurations to the layout. It's hard to imagine this as an original Type 13. And then this is the master bathroom. And again, I wanted to just create a bit of a wow, like luxurious vibe. So again, I used the big slabs of porcelain tiles, obviously not in the wet area. I decided to cut up one of the slabs in matte finish and create mosaics on the floor, just so that nobody's slipping, when you come into the bathroom. And then we've got the double his and hers showers, and then obviously the nice feature bath. And then again, you can open up these curtains and you can see all of the natural light from outside, and it's just a beautiful, bright space. So this is what was the 5th bedroom, and we obviously, knocked it through to be part of the master suite and create this beautiful dressing room. This was something that I put my heart and soul into. I literally was measuring my shoes, measuring my bags, just making sure that all of the shelving was perfect for all of my particular items. And again, I wanted to do that his and her vibe. So you've got his on this side, and you've got, hers on this side, obviously slightly bigger than his. And again, a mix of like open, so you can see pieces that you want to display, but then also you've got hidden behind mirrors for pieces that are, a little bit messy or that you might not want always on show. But the feeling in here is very light and very airy. Again, I've pulled through the porcelain tile here, and I've put this beautiful big dressing area with this huge big mirror. Just wanted to have double space so that if I have friends around and we want to get ready together, or my daughter as she grows up, it's just a nice big dressing area. And one of the key features was obviously putting a sink in, because as a woman, when you're doing your makeup, you've got hair products, it's so handy to be able to just wash your hands in here without having to go next door to the bathroom. But yeah, I've had people around here and they said it feels like they're in like a boutique, like a shopping boutique, and that was kind of like the vibe that I wanted to create. And yeah, it's just a beautiful space. And yeah, that's the end of my home tour. So thank you so much for watching.